morning. It is Sunday, November 19th, and I am headed east. I just crossed into Oklahoma, coming back from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Albuquerque, New Mexico was the first shakedown run for the new truck. As some of you know, I got a new truck. Yes, it's midlife crisis red. It's a 2023 Ford F350 with the 6.7 high output diesel, 10-speed automatic trans, and so far I am loving it. The power, after I hooked up to that load and pulled out of the lot, this truck didn't even know it was back there. The acceleration, the power was, I mean, just hugely above what my 2018 F250 is. Even with it tuned, this thing still had more get up and go. It's got over 1,200 pound-feet of torque, so it gets off the red light really, really nice. There wasn't a singular reason that I switched back to a dually. I still stand by what I have always said, that for non-CDL, a single wheel F250 long box is your most profitable vehicle if you're doing this for a living. But for me, a dually made the most sense. I have a large fifth wheel at home, and I'm planning on doing some more traveling with it. I just like hauling the big fifth wheels with the dually. And hopefully I'll be getting more fifth wheels and things like that, doing what I'm doing now. So since this truck is probably going to be a pretty long ownership truck, maybe a forever truck, I decided to go ahead and get the dually, and it would just take care of all of my needs, whether it be professional or personal. The truck does have a whole lot of new bells and whistles and things like that. Hell, it'll drive itself down the highway with the auto lane centering thing, which is kind of cool. I had the opportunity to kind of move some stuff around and do things a little bit different, setting up a brand new truck. After learning a whole lot with the first two previous trucks doing this, I set things up just a little bit different. I'm still not 100% on the way I got things set up. One of the downsides is the way that I've got my cooler in here. It doesn't fit the way that I used to have it. I used to have it in there sideways, and then I'd have this bag back here. Well, it's like a tub, a soft-sided tub, and it's got all of my, I don't know, snacks and the garbage can and that kind of stuff, and I would have that in front of it. Well, with this truck, that space between this center console and that door handle is a little bit smaller, so it doesn't fit in there. It presses up. You can slam the door and make it close, but I don't want it pressing up against that door on that side and wearing out the leather or whatever. So I've got it in here like this for now. Might figure something else out so that I can get my bag back up here where it's easier to get to, and I don't have to move it at night when I go to sleep every night. The frame for my bed went right in this truck. However, there's a little more headroom, so I ended up being able to raise my bed up another couple inches, and it also put it even with the center console. I like that too. The center console's a little bit taller off the floor back there, so it gave me a little bit more room for storage underneath for some of the things that I used to have in the front floorboard and stuff like that. So now it gave me a little bit extra room to put stuff underneath the actual bed. I was able to swing a deal with the dealer to get the Ford backflip hard tonneau cover put on.
A few moments later.
That was Len so rudely interrupting us. Anyway, I was saying I got the backflip, the Ford branded backflip tonneau cover on, and I rearranged a bunch of stuff in the bed of the pickup truck to put my generator at the tailgate, so all I have to do is drop the tailgate and run the generator. The exhaust goes out the back. My generator was between the fifth wheel and the fuel tank, and now I can't run that because that's too far up underneath the cover, and I would have to fold the cover all up just to run the generator, and I didn't want to do that. So that created a problem. I had a tailgate toolbox that was low enough for a fifth wheel to go over, and I had to take that out. I wanted to put it between the fifth wheel and the fuel tank, but I couldn't make it fit. And then when I figured out a way to make it fit, it wouldn't fit with the new fifth wheel hitch that I have, because this truck has the puck system. My 18, I put rails in it because it didn't have the puck system in it. So this new hitch, I've got the B&W, the fifth wheel hitch, and the way that it disconnects from the fifth wheel, it's got like a swing arm. And my Kurt on the white truck has just an arm that you grab and you pull straight toward the driver's side. That arm swings straight toward the wheel well, basically. On the companion, on the B&W companion, the arm swings back toward the fuel tank, and that then hit the toolbox that I was trying to put there. It needs to be 16 inches or less, and the toolbox is 16 inches. It would work if it could sit right down on the base of the pickup truck bed, but that's not a possibility with what I got going on now. It was going to be raised up. So I decided to go with a couple of plastic tubs like back in the old days when I first started doing this, and throw my tools in there, and those fit between the fifth wheel and the fuel tank. So that's all good. I got all my tools there. Back at the tailgate, I have the generator on one side, and on the other side I have the 5-gallon gas can. And then in between the two, I put my giant duffel bag full of clothes, and it stays dry back there. So I think that'll work. I'm wondering about when the snow comes and it's blowing snow in the back there, but I don't know, maybe I'll get a big plastic tub. That's kind of the plan, is to get a plastic tub for my clothes, and that way I don't have that big duffel bag in here that I have to move around every time I go to bed. But that works out a whole lot better, and I have more room for stuff back there. I can get stuff out of here that I don't need all the time and put it back there. So it cleaned up some of the things in here, like under the bed and whatnot. So I have a little bit extra storage space inside. So as I get more miles laid down and I experiment with all the speed, RPM, all that stuff, I'll have a better idea of what my actual fuel economy is going to be. I've been running off the dash and hand calculating, and they've been really close, within 1 or 2 tenths. So I've been happy with the accuracy of the dash compared to my hand calculating. I'll also have to see what the heavier loads are going to do. I don't have airbags on her yet. That's something that will eventually come. I just like running on air. I like to take a little bit of weight off the springs, get a little more cushy ride. Even in a 1-ton truck that doesn't need airbags, I still like airbags because it improves the ride quality. The true test of what the weight capacity of the truck is and how it rides is going to be coming up here pretty soon. But first thing on the list is to get the airbags installed as soon as I get those ordered and in. I did order the WeatherTech, the Ford version of the WeatherTech floor mats. Those should be in this week. and a door sill protector, because I always bang my feet on that outside door sill, and then in the winter time kicking snow off and stuff, so I have a stainless door sill protector to protect the paint out there. And I do have to find a way to get my driving lights installed, because I really miss those yellow fog lights that I had on the white truck that were up at the top of the hood. They're called ditch lights, but I ran them as kind of a down-facing fog light. Really cut through the snow and let me see the edges of the road in bad weather. So I do have to find a way to mount those. The brackets that are on the 18 won't fit on the 23, so I'll just have to come up with different brackets or wait till they release the brackets for this truck or whatever. But we'll get it figured out. This truck has a whole lot more technology than the 18. The screen in the dash is bigger. You can activate the cameras while you're driving down the road, so you can look at your bed camera or your hitch camera or the two side cameras. You can't activate the front camera, but I don't need to activate the front camera. It really would be nice if someone would come up with a way to film all the cameras and use them like a dash cam. I would like to have that footage always rolling, but not the end of the world. I'm really liking the new dash cam. If you haven't seen my dash cam video, then I'll link it at the end. And then you can check out the new dash cam. It's a 4K mirror dash cam. I really like it. It's super clear. Overall, I'm loving the new truck. I don't have a name for her yet. I don't know what to call her yet. So if you got some ideas for a name for a red truck, then drop it down in the comments down there. I kind of like Melisandre, but doesn't really roll off your tongue very easy. The Wi-Fi name is the Lady in Red. I don't have a full-on name, and if you're not a geek like me, you won't know who Melisandre is, but it's a geek thing. But that's the intro to the new rig. I'm going to be putting out all kinds of new stuff, so click down there and subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little like button down there, and then get out there on the road and find your own path.